Hi y'all, this is me. This is Misha. I told y'all I was gonna post again because I be bored, and yeah, might as well post, right? So this is my pregnant at 15 story time. Okay, the light just went away. But okay, so I got pregnant in September 2017. I was 15 at the time, but I turned 16 in December. So while I was pregnant, I did some shady stuff. I told her dad that I got an abortion because, like, because I wanted one at the time. So I just said it, and I thought I was really gonna go through with it, but clearly not. So I told him I had an abortion until like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he didn't believe that I had one. So, but yeah, I told him I had an abortion, and yeah, and then while I was pregnant, I didn't get big until like 8 months, and then I ended up having her before I even turned 9 months. I was 36 weeks when I had her. So when I had her at 36 weeks, and she was slightly preemie, they said, because her due date was until June 20th, and she was born May 31st, so she was like a couple weeks early. But as y'all can see, she fine. She's bad. She's bad. She's bad. She's bad. She's bad. And I'm gonna put your butt back to the floor. Go to the bottom. Yeah. So yeah, I had her at 36 weeks because, okay, this is why I had her early. So the week before, I was in a hospital all week, like literally all week. I was so mad because I was like, it was summertime. I was ready to like go swimming. I had plans on going swimming. I only went swimming once before I had her. Literally, it was like 2 days before I had her, I went swimming. So that's probably what made, I don't know. Then and then so we had an appointment with my home nurse. She comes out here and she like checks on me. Like she checks on you when you're pregnant, and then when you have the baby, she still checks on you afterwards and your baby. So she was like asking me how I felt and stuff, and she took my, I'm out of breath, bruh. She took my blood pressure, and she said it was high, but then like she took it like more than once just to like make sure it wasn't inaccurate and stuff. So when she took it, she was like, well, if it keeps getting higher and higher, you're going to have to go to the hospital because that could be a sign of preeclampsia. She said just keep checking it throughout the day. So she came out like, I think it was 12, but so we was checking it throughout the whole day. And then it was still high. We thought it was going to go down, drinking a whole bunch of water and all of that stuff. So after that, we checked it. It was like 6 something, and then we checked it right after I got out of the shower. We checked it, and then she was like, "It's high." My mom didn't want to go to the doctor. She thought I was gonna go. I said, "Mom, we gotta go to the doctor." She just said we gotta go. To be honest, I'm ready to get this pregnancy stuff over with. But when we got when we called my aunt. When we was in the car going to the hospital, she said, they might just induce her. They might just induce her. We was like, nah, we're going to go home. We're gonna go home. But she was right. She was right. So this is when we went to the hospital. It was like, we went there, and it took 3 hours for the doctor to come see us because she was giving somebody a C-section. So we had to wait until she got done doing that. So when she came, we thought we was about to go. They took a little test, P test and all that. When you're pregnant, you got to take hella P tests. So when she did that, she came back and she was like, well, I think it's time to have baby. And bro, when I tell you, my heart was racing. I started shaking. The girl came in trying to do my IV. Usually shots don't hurt me, but that time I was shaking. I was like, it looked like I was having a seizure type. Yeah. And then after that, they transported us to a different room. And we went to the different room. They said I have to do this medicine called magnesium. And it makes you feel like you high, you got the flu. I was feeling like I was like hot, cold. And then like when it started kicking in, I was high. Like, I started laughing. My mom was just looking at me. I felt like I was, like, really high, like, off some weed. Like, I was like, looking like a straight crackhead. So, after that, then she put me on some other medicine. It started with a P, but I can't remember what it is. She started me on that. And so I was basically on, like, 3 different medicines all at once. And then, like, so I wasn't dilated, so they had to put this brown stuff on me so I could start dilating. They put it on your cervix to make you dilate when you get induced. So after that, I got induced. She kept putting that brown stuff on me like every 2 hours, bro. That was getting so annoying. And that medicine made me sleepy, so I was like knocked out. And then, so that's the end of that day. I was basically in there for like 4 days. So the day after that was the day when they came to do my epidural. They asked me if I wanted to do an epidural. So I was like, yeah. And my mom, she was more scared than me. Like, she was making me scared. But, bro, let me tell you, that epidural did not hurt. It's like it's so thin. It's thinner than my finger. It's like this thin, literally. It don't hurt. All you gotta do, you can feel her moving it, like, see, like, if it's in the middle of your back, so it can be on the left and the right side, so you can be numb on both sides. So I was like, yeah, and after that, bro, I couldn't lift my legs up. I couldn't do jack. But I was asleep. Like, I was so knocked out. My sister came up there. My other sister came up there to see me, and I didn't even know she was up there. I forgot she was all up there. And I started singing a song. I was like, my sister's here. My mom's here. Everybody's here. Like, I was so high. And my mom did start cracking up. My sister, she ended up giving me some Dr. Pepper. She couldn't give me no Dr. Pepper, but it was fine because I didn't dilate. And I was like, I think I was like 1 centimeter. She gave me some. But it was fine because, you see, she came out. Perfect. And then after that, my sister left after that, and I kept eating ice popsicles. I threw up off a popsicle. Bro, I threw up off a popsicle. But that was keeping my mouth like not as dry because I was really getting irritated because it was just feel like you had big like cotton balls in your mouth. Like, nobody wants to feel like that. I really just got mad. And then, hold on, that's me thirsty. So after that, a couple hours passed by. And me, my mom, and my doctor that delivered me, we was like guessing times when Jamira was gonna come. I said 10, my mom said 11, and the doctor said 12. So, okay, after that, she came in there, and I was asleep, and she busted my water. I was like, what are you doing? Because I just felt somebody just touching me. I'm like, what are you doing? She said, I'm busting your water. I was like, oh, okay. And went back to sleep. I didn't feel jack. If I was up, I would have been scrumming up that bed like a snake, because I don't know. And then, after that, she put a ball between my legs to help me dilate, which I didn't even know she did. I was just sitting there sleeping with a ball between my legs, literally, and didn't have no clue. She came in there like it was like 12 in the morning the next day on May 31st. So the doctor was right. She came in there at like 12, took the ball out, and she checked me. And she felt her head, and she was like, well, it's time to start pushing. My mom, let me tell you what my mom did. This is her. Get up, move. Get up, move. I'm like, girl, calm down. You act like you don't want pushing. And I was still high. She was like, move. It's time for the push. Like, girl, calm yourself. Calm down. Let's stop. And then my aunt and my mom was holding my leg. But I didn't know. She said push every time you have a contraction. I didn't really feel my contractions, so I just, if I felt pressure, I guess that was contractions. If I felt pressure, I started pushing. So I started pushing. And it only took like 3 pushes to get her out. When she came out, I couldn't breathe, bruh. Like, you having a whole human coming out of you. You ain't barely breathe. I couldn't breathe. All the nurses was over there looking at her. I'm over here dying. I'm over here like, I can't breathe. And they still not paying attention. I screamed to the top of my lungs. I was like, I can't breathe. And then she came over to put the oxygen mask on me. And then my sister, No, I think it was my aunt. She put like ice in a rag and then it had like cold water on it. Put it on my forehead. Yes. Yeah, that felt so good. Then after that, they put us in the other room, like the recovery room. And I still didn't want to hold her because I was still woozy on that medicine. I had to stay on that medicine for a whole day after that. Like, why? It's not like she's still in there. So, yeah. I was still high. I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. Then I had to try to walk. And then it was easy, but it was hard. It still felt like I had the epidural. They took the epidural out, but it still felt like I couldn't walk. Like, I was still numb. So, yeah. After that, my mom and everybody was holding her. They said, you want to hold her? I was like, no, because I'm still, like, dizzy. I don't want to drop her. And then the day after, and then, like, not the day after, but later on that day, I felt better, and I started holding her skin to skin. She was knocked out on me. She smelled she had her own scent. Like, it was her scent. And I was like, oh, this smells so good. This is me. This is my daughter for real. Like, that's like, this is my daughter for real. And then we came, like, we went home the next day, and we was doing, I was having fun, to be honest. But when we came home, like, at nighttime, she would not go to sleep. She was so used to the hospital, because we'd been in there for, like, 2 days or 3 days after she was here. And so she was so used to the hospital, so she didn't, like, go to sleep. And I kept looking at me and my mom. I was like, what's wrong with her? I was getting so irritated. I'm like, what's wrong with her? She just keep crying. She just keep crying. I'm like, what's wrong with her? And then my mom was like, she must be, I said, she might be just used to the hospital. She got to get used to the house. So when she got used to the house, it was all good. She fell asleep. I put her on a sleep schedule because I wasn't about to be up all night. I need my sleep too. Just like you trying to sleep, I'm trying to sleep too. Period. Just like she trying to sleep, I'm trying to sleep too. Say, I'm trying to sleep too. Say, I'm trying to sleep too. Her hair look matted, but it's longer than that. It was long. But yeah, that's basically my labor and delivery story. But if you was there, you'd have been weak at me. Like, I swear to God, you'd have been weak at me because I was high. Like, everybody that walked in there, I'm like, I'm high. I'm high. I'm high. Then my mom tried to take my ice. I'm like, don't take my ice. Oh, but when I take my mouth was so dry. Never gonna experience that again. No more babies for me. But yeah, that's my story. Hope you like that. Bye.